So last week, I didn't do the offense. I didn't go over the offense just because it didn't feel like there was anything to go over against the Cardinals. This week could not be further from the truth. From the running game to the passing game, you name it. And from the first play, right here, the rookie was a little bit wound up. He was always going to play with nerves, speaking of Brock Purdy. I thought Kyle Shanahan did a really good job of putting Brock Purdy in situations to succeed. Brock Purdy also made plays, whether it was with his legs, whether it was going through the progressions. Give the offensive line credit. So that right there, and instantly when you're watching in the game, during the game, the panic button, it's like, oh no, he's coming down to earth, right? Brock Purdy's going to make these mistakes. But I didn't take too much of it naturally. He did bounce back, and that was as to be expected. But I think what makes Kyle Shanahan such a special play caller, called an easy one for him right there, and that was the burner concept. That was the one that they ran a ton. So what does he do on the very next play? I'm going to get my quarterback some confidence and give him a layup, which he does right here. So a lot of gems from Shanahan in this one. Purdy played well, offensive line played well, wide receivers did as well. We're going to get into all of it starting right now. So I noticed over the past couple of games, they've been using Juwan Jennings as their guy to take a shot down the field. And I asked Kyle Shanahan about that today. He said the reason that Juwan gets those opportunities is because he blocks so well. So what Shanahan was essentially saying is teams are coming downhill hard against number 15, knowing that they have to get over on him or else he's going to take advantage as a blocker. So what does that mean? It means he's getting one-on-one opportunities down the field because they're not expecting a guy who runs a 4.7 40 to be this downfield threat. So Purdy misses him here. Right now, 1, 2, 3. Ball should probably be out, right? No need to hitch. Throw it to the back pylon. Score a touchdown. A little underthrown. Jennings tries his best to make a play, but nothing there. So there were some early misses from Purdy, and that wasn't really concerning to me. My takeaway from watching this was Shanahan's going for the throw. Shanahan wants to be aggressive, push the ball down the field, take advantage of Seattle's aggressiveness. And they weren't able to take advantage, but as the game went on, it kind of played itself out. So we have a couple misses early on, but this is the one that was really concerning. This was the one that reminds you of number 10 under center, right? Missing underneath defenders. That could have been dangerous. That could have been bad. Those are the type of plays that flip a game on its head, right? Those red zone turnovers. Seattle knows because the game flipped after Charles Minihue strip sack. But just a simple concept that they always run. It's going to be double slant to the bottom of the screen. The linebacker doesn't budge, doesn't go anywhere. Ball just can't go here, right? Not sure where it's going to go. Seattle does a good job of guarding, defending every route. Maybe just throw it at their feet, run, scramble. We've seen Purdy uses athleticism to extend plays during his starting tenure. But this could have been bad, and it wasn't. So the 49ers were able to get away with one there, and it didn't hurt him. Shanahan comes back to that same concept later on in the drive. So what happens? Double slant, same thing, bottom of the screen. This time, there's a built-in check down. So Croft's going to run out and up the seam. Kittle's going to do the same. He's going to run a seam route. So you got a couple seam routes to the top of the screen, a couple slants to the bottom. And then you have Elijah Mitchell, not Christian McCaffrey, running the check down route out of the backfield. So watch Purdy here. He's going to come to his left. He's going to take a quick 1, 2, 3. Doesn't like what he sees because linebacker takes away this one. This linebacker does a good job of not chasing and getting into this throwing window. So both throwing windows are occupied. Can't go there. All right. Doesn't like what he sees. Instead of going here right away, Purdy's looking down the field to see if his vertical threats are available. Those are not. Okay, perfect. Get it out right away. So his process is very good. His decision-making right here on this play specifically is exactly what you want from a quarterback. 1, 2, 3, check down. Let your playmakers, let your skill guys do the rest. Good job there from the protection up front. I thought they did a really good job all game. You're not able to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 progressions when you don't have time. You see Purdy drifting a little bit. Not sure if that's what Shanahan wants or making you watch this throw. Throwing a pass when your feet are not on the ground doesn't come back to bite him here, though. Good job by Mitchell getting north and south. and they're able to punch it in for a touchdown. All right, so let's talk about that touchdown. So you're going to have Juwan Jennings to the bottom of the screen. He's going to run an out route. You're going to have Deebo coming across the formation. He's going to act as if he's running an out route and then return across the middle of the field. And you're going to have Brandon Aiyuk to the top of the screen running a slant route. So as Deebo comes across the formation, the pre-snap read, you can see that he was scanning the field. He's going to come here after he fakes the handoff to Christian McCaffrey, but it's 1-on-2, and there's not really anywhere to throw the ball here. So the pre-snap read isn't great. But he goes through his progressions, right? He's going to see where else, like who else is open. As you can see, the answer is nobody. So Seahawks do a good job of containing the 49ers receivers. However, keeping your eyes down the field, not panicking, not scrambling when you don't have to, using your legs, easy touchdown. And that's probably, you can drop the probably. That's where one of the biggest differences between Purdy and Jimmy Garoppolo are is he can extend plays with his legs. And a lot of people, like when 49ers were going to start Trey Lance, feel like they thought his mobility would be a big factor of the offense. And we're seeing just how simple athleticism and mobility adds to your offense. So that's it doesn't seem like much, but that's a big play. And he was able to extend plays with his legs all afternoon. All right, bread and butter, Old Faithful, burner concept, going to have the bottom of the receiver run off, going to have the wide receiver to the top of the screen run all the way across the formation. You're going to notice they're going to fake the handoff to the bottom, have Kyle Shanahan go across the formation just to pick everybody up. It's so crazy how easily that works. And why does it work? So this corner, like he's going to run with any vertical route. We know that that's going to happen. He knows it's coming. Watch, he gets his eyes to where Aiyuk is going to be, but for whatever reason, turns his eyes back to the quarterback, and that's just all she wrote right there. Sometimes this linebacker, one of these underneath linebackers, will drift, but since you have an eligible, like Christian McCaffrey, the gravity that he attracts, there's no way this guy is going to leave number 23. So what does that do? Just creates a crazy void from about the 35 to the 45, 10-yard void where there's nobody there. So Brock Purdy does a good job. Hits Aiyuk in stride. They hit this, I think, 4 times, and it was all big plays. It's a great concept. When it is working, you spam it. You continue to call it until the defense stops you. Seattle didn't stop it, so Shanahan kept calling it. Again, protection is there. Get 2-on-1s all across the board. Easy pitch and catch. That's great offense. So man coverage has given the 49ers some fits over the course of the season. And Jimmy Garoppolo's numbers, they were not good against man. On this play, you can see there's not much separation from the wide receivers across the board. So right now, Brock Purdy's at the top of his drop. The pocket's fine. Like he could step up, but they have this linebacker right here. He's going to be coming down on Christian McCaffrey. So while it seems like he's open, he's really not. That's probably not going to be a pass you want to throw, forced to. And by this time, I don't know. I wouldn't risk that either. So this safety is going to help out on Aiyuk. There's nowhere to go. This is where Purdy's athleticism comes in and helps the 49ers. You can't run man coverage against them because the 49ers have a quarterback that is a threat to run. Again, this is what many people thought Trey Lance would bring to the table. Purdy's doing it. First down. It was 2nd and 13, and they are able to move the chains because the quarterback makes a play. Sometimes Kyle Shanahan is like he's going to get the 49ers in the right spot. Probably 8 out of 10 times. There are going to be 2, maybe even 3 times where Purdy's going to have to go above and beyond what the play call is and what the defense is presenting. He does here. You see a little high step at the end. But, this is what you want for your quarterback, right? You want him to be a playmaker. You want him to take control. And Purdy's done a really good job of doing so. All right, very next play. So when Shanahan is in just outside the 40, pretty much in between the 40s, he's going to take a shot down the field. This play, I remember people thought that this was going to go to Deebo or should have gone to Deebo Samuel. So what they're going to do is they're going to send Aiyuk across the formation. Nobody goes. Okay, so that tells Brock Purdy the defense is in zone coverage. Aiyuk's going to run up, and he's going to run a post over the middle of the field. Deebo's going to come across the formation. It's essentially the same burner concept that I've been hammering home, just out of a different look. the safety is going to tell you what to do. So let's watch the play itself out. You're going to bring everybody across the formation, fake the run action to suck the linebackers up. Mission accomplished. Now, by the time he gets to the top of his drop, throw it to Deebo. I understand why that is the case, but if you've been watching this channel, you know that the safety will tell you what to do on this play. The safety nails down on Deebo. So is this going to be a big play? Does he even tackle Deebo? Probably not. The process, though, you want to stretch the defense and challenge the defense vertically. He knows that because the safety is biting down, I have nobody over the middle of the field. For whatever reason, Aiyuk stops running, doesn't think that he's going to be optioned. Somebody pointed this out to me on Twitter and said, maybe after all this time, after all these years, the 49ers, they're not used to being thrown these deep passes. I'm not sure what the issue was. I mean, obviously, you want Aiyuk to just continue running his route. I'm not sure what the confusion, what caused him to stop running. But the read is correct. Like, this is a great read. This is exactly how the play should be ran. It's an incomplete. Like, they don't get the big play. They don't get the chunk play that they want. It seems like if he keeps running his route, at worst, incomplete, maybe get a DPI, probably a touchdown. We don't get a chance to find out because the route isn't complete. But still, I admire Purdy making the right decision, reading the safety, going down the field. He threw the ball down the field more times in this game than Jimmy has in every playoff game. They scored 41 points. There's a correlation here, and we've seen it time and time again. Like the 49ers, they've always had these good players, right? And I think Purdy pushing the ball down the field is just opening up things for the offense that we haven't had a chance to see yet. So Shanahan was going for the jugular all game. He was going up top. He wanted to score off a big play. I love this design. This is a rookie mistake. All right, so they're going to fake the screen to Deebo. He's going to pump it, and then Kittle's going to come flat, and then he's going to run up the sideline. It's a 3-step drop. That's where the ball has to go. He does a great job of obviously avoiding the action in the backfield, but what I would tell the rookie is, so is Kittle open? Nope. Seattle does a good job of not falling for it, right? He could have easily fell for Deebo here on the screen. The defender doesn't go with it. What I would do is I would still give him a chance, right? Make the defender make a play. His back is turned. He can only defend. What I'm saying is he can't really see where the ball is going to be anyway. So I'd give Kittle a chance. If not, if you're not comfortable with making that throw, just throw it out of bounds. But this is a sack that you can't take. And they had to settle for a field goal. And it didn't hurt them against the Seahawks. Maybe it does against the Cowboys, the Bucks, the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs down the line. So this is a rookie mistake that I would put on Purdy. Let's watch it from the back end. 1, 2, 3 after the pump. Nope, it does not help when your left guard is doing push-ups mid-play, right? Like, he gets beat pretty cleanly there. And still, aside from that, before that, just focus on Purdy. Doesn't like it. Just, that has to be thrown. To me, you're going to want to throw that ball. Everything after that is just, I mean, you can see his athleticism. That's a good job of making him miss. Probably not going to happen twice. But the pass protection and the way that, like, the timing of the play is scheduled for that ball to come out quick right away. That sack is on the quarterback. All right, every time I see this play, I'm going to put it on here. So again, same burner play. I call it a burner concept because that's the term the 49ers use. But I mean, universally, it's known as a Yankee concept. It's just an easy way to get your playmakers the ball in an open field. If they can't stop it, why would you stop calling it, right? That's what makes Shanahan a special play caller. And it's out of different variations. So usually they run out of a bootleg where Purdy has to turn his back. This time, it's a straight drop back. As you can see, McCaffrey's going to motion out for whatever reason. Kittle in the flat. I know he's a really good player, but he had somebody jamming him. He has eyes here. He has eyes here. This guy's caught in no man's land. I think he realizes, oh, crap. Nobody's going to run with him. I better run with him. And then it's just, I mean, easy pitch and catch. Get your guy a head start. There's a reason Shanahan spams that play. It is always open, and for good reason. So the rookie was a little nervous in the first half, and I'm sure we could probably drop the little. So he was antsy, he was squirrely, he was jittery in the pocket. And I think what I was hoping Brian Greasy would do at halftime, quarterback coach Brian Greasy, was just tell him to just calm down, chill out, man. These pockets, they're clean, and they were clean all game. Like right here, there's no reason for him to leave this pocket. It's a great job to be able to get to the edge and get outside of that guy. But ideally, take your drop, get to the top of your drop, just climb, right? No need to drop everything and bail. Just keep climbing. Hopefully somebody comes open. Maybe McCaffrey keeps running this way. Maybe there's just a jumbled mess and somebody gets open off the scramble drill. The athleticism wins out, but I think the process is not right there. And that's where I would have some pushback on anybody that disagree. This is all about the process. I know he doesn't take the sack here, but you want his pocket presence just to be better. And this is a good teaching moment for Purdy where, you don't always have to use your legs, right? You can sometimes, most of the time, you're going to have to win from the pocket and step up. Throws the ball away there. Trent Williams wanted a late hit. You could see why. Still, sit in the pocket, relax, let your play. All right, it's 3rd and 7, and this is why you go out and get a player like Christian McCaffrey so you can spread the field and have 5 eligibles where somebody's probably going to get open. So 3rd and long, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle to the top of the screen. You have Juwan Jennings, Brandon Aiyuk, Deebo Samuel. Seahawks are in man-to-man coverage across the board. To me, Purdy is wrong here. It doesn't matter because they have so many good players that he's able to get right. So, again, down and distance matters here. 4th and 7 yesterday. Kirk Cousins throws a 3-yard out, and they don't get off the field. It's man coverage, so they're able to get away with it. Like, ideally, where's the ball at? The ball is snapped at 37? 37-yard line. 37, 38-yard line. Deebo catches this pass. 34? This should be a stop. The 49ers should be going for it on 4th down because number 19 is not built like everybody else. He breaks it. He's able to get a long run. And then, the former Raider almost puts him in an ankle lock. That should be a flag. What I was thinking when I just watching this, so you have man-to-man coverage, as I said. They're going to try to take away the middle of the field. They're going to the top here, you're going to have a route come open, Christian McCaffrey. So the pre-snap read that I'm seeing here, you have off coverage. So you have no real person to take away this free access to the inside. So look, he's looking right. I thought that's where the ball should go for a 1st down. But if we're looking at it from Purdy's process, possibly he looks right to open up the throwing window, to move this guy, to get him to go over here, knowing I'm going to come back to Deebo, who I'm hoping wins his route. He doesn't really win, but again, it doesn't matter just because they are so good on the perimeter that they pick up the 1st down. Protection works. Protection helps. So he's wrong. He's right. I'm sure you could go back and forth. I would love to know what Shanahan thought about, going where he went with the ball. You're never going to get mad at somebody for throwing the ball to Deebo Samuel. I guess my point here is you don't want to get in the habit of throwing short on the sticks. They did it a couple times to Deebo specifically, so he's faster than most people guarding him, and he's able to outrun and break a tackle and pick up the 1st down on a couple occasions here. But off coverage against Christian McCaffrey, I'll take that all day. All right, Purdy's mobility was a true difference maker in this game. So here we go. This is a touchdown. He wants to go to Brandon Aiyuk to the top of the screen, and if you just watch how it plays out, this guy is a good player. Rookie, probably going to be a Pro Bowler pretty soon here. So he gets a good jam on Aiyuk. Is he open there? Like, could Purdy throw it? Sure, but he's got somebody in his face. He's still stumbling. Never going to be able to get away with that. How many times have we seen, if we just pause it right here, this be a sack for Jimmy Garoppolo? More often than not, right? Like, he's probably not going to be able to escape that. However, not an issue. Purdy's able to escape, spins around, keeps his eyes down the field. And I think that's another thing that I've been impressed with about Purdy. He knows where all of his options are, but most importantly, he knows where his check down is. When Purdy gets in trouble, he's not looking to make that errant mistake or force the ball into somebody. He's going to give it to McCaffrey, Mitchell, and they come through there. So I think his mobility has been a big factor early on for the 49ers. I think it's going to really come through for them as the playoffs go on. The very next play, we got a 2-point conversion. So this is a big play, and it didn't seem like much because I know it felt like the game was out of reach, but they're up 12 right now. This is to put them up 14. Kittle, good release. In the NFL, that's open. Purdy's already releasing the ball. Like, he's going to give him a chance. I love where he puts this pass. Could he throw it to the pylon? Sure. But remember, when this defender's back is turned, they're in man coverage. When his back is turned, he has no idea where the ball is going to be. So just throw it up. Give your large tight end who is hyper athletic a chance to go up and make a play. And he does. I'm a big fan of isolating Kittle right there. Love that Purdy gave him a chance to make a play. Love that Purdy put it in a spot where only 85 could make a play. Kittle's a legit red zone option. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? The defense just got to stop. Much needed stop. 49ers get the ball back. Not quite over yet, but this is the drive that, effectively into the game. So Shanahan was manipulating what the Seahawks wanted to do. I mean, their coverage rules all game. This one, it's actually pretty simple. Watch this fella. I mean, you can watch the entire front seven and how they overreact to the motion. So watch Kyle Shanahan go in motion. They're going to fake the toss. The safety is on the other hash right now. He is in no man's land. There is nobody to account for Deebo Samuel, who was the third fastest player on this play in the NFL over the weekend. So before the ball is even thrown, before Deebo gets a chance to prove how fast he is, Shanahan already won by design. I mean, they have effectively the entire Seahawks defense, but 2 players on this side of the field. That is nuts. Purdy gets enough depth. Great block right here. Kittle shielded him off before. I mean, that's not an easy block. But Aiyuk working his butt off down the field, creates a lane. Then Deebo turns it on. And then you get the huge play. We're going to look at it from the end zone angle here just to see how much they trigger on that. That is crazy to me. Deebo does a good job setting his blocks up. Great effort right there by Aiyuk. Really, they should be proud of the effort Aiyuk's been putting in as far as blocking and how far he's come over the past year and a half or so. All right, I broke this play down here, and on another video, I just realized that it's not Christian McCaffrey, but the point stands, right? I'm a cornerback in man-to-man coverage. I have my eyes in the backfield. I'm thinking, all right, it's going to be a run. I'm playing the 49ers. They love to get this outside zone. I'm going to beat one of the better blocking wide receivers in the NFL. And again, Shanahan said he's able to get open deep because these defenders know I have to get a leg up. I have to get a head start. So keep that in mind. All right. So we've had that concept that I've been hammering home, right? The burner concept where one wide receiver runs off, the other wide receiver comes all the way across the field. The wrinkle here is instead of rolling Purdy out on the spoot action, he's going to fake and he's going to stay on the front side. They have never done this season. And if they have, I missed it. But I feel like I watched enough of these games closely to know that I haven't seen this wrinkle yet. So you are able, by doing that, by leaving him on the front side, you hold the safety. Watch Quandre Diggs. Great player, by the way. And he has amazing range. So he's thinking, once he sees the boot, you can see that he's still here, right? He's thinking, one of these guys, somebody's going to come back to me. Why haven't either of these two moved off the hash? Because they know the 49ers' tendencies. This was an excellent tendency breaker all the way around. He gets the run action. He gets the run fake. Cornerback's thinking, I'm going to come downhill. I'm going to make a play. By that time, I mean, right now, it's RIP. The play is over. The ball just has to be out in front of him. It is. It's not a great pass. The pass is actually pretty dangerous just because, thankfully, the scheme, right? The action holds Diggs up here. Ideally, the ball stays outside of the numbers, the ball stays down the sideline. Jennings is able to run under it. It tails in a little bit, but it doesn't matter because of the scheme of the play. And I think that was just an incredible design and probably one of the best designs I've seen from Shanahan this season. It was a great changeup, a great wrinkle that Seattle clearly wasn't ready for. The blocking, as usual, has to hold up for these long developing plays to go down. I think Purdy does a really good job of getting rid of the ball on time. So has his back turned, takes one hitch, gets it out, makes a play. Not the greatest pass, but it's a big pass, and it's a completed pass down the field. That matters. All right, final play here, 3rd and 7. Everything doesn't have to be a highlight. And I think when when you look at numbers, when you toss in when you're comparing Jimmy and Brock, playing on time, moving the chains, playing within the structure of the offense, like that's what makes the 49ers offense. That's why they're scoring 30, 40, all kinds of points because of plays like this, and Purdy's doing a good job of executing. So 3rd and 7. The game is probably over at this point, but that doesn't mean you want to let up, right? That doesn't mean you take 3rd downs easy. So pretty simple concept. They're going to bring Ray McCloud in motion. The way that he's tailing off tells you that it's going to be zone coverage. So he's going to run off McCloud. And what that does is it's going to isolate Juwan Jennings one-on-one. He's going to run a quick out route. Purdy, 1, 2, 3, ball's out. Ball's coming out. The placement is what matters. The placement allows Jennings to run after the catch and pick up the 1st down. Again, I know it doesn't seem like much, but these are the plays that matter, and that probably gives Shanahan confidence in Purdy to be able to execute the entire offense. 41 points after getting stuck in the first half, stranded on a few drives. About as good as it gets, right, for Brock Purdy, the offense. It helps to have good players all around. McCaffrey and Deebo had a few explosive plays that kind of turned the game upside down, but you got to be happy with the way Brock Purdy played for his first playoff game. It's only going to get tougher, but at the same time, Seattle's played him once already. So they had some familiarity, and they probably had an idea of how they wanted to stop the 49ers. Yeah, I just couldn't do it. So excited to see whether it's the Bucs or it's the Cowboys. I mean, if it's the Cowboys, I think there's a good chance the 49ers come out with the same output. Not sure they drop 35 on the Bucs again, but they're going to be favorites and heavily favored for a reason. And if Purdy plays like he did in the second half, where he's just in control, playing on time, hitting guys in stride, they're going to be tough to stop.